Welcome to County Report this week. I'm Anquinette Crosby. Coming up in the next half hour, fallen but not forgotten. The county's police department pays tribute to officers who have died in the line of duty. Plus, workout during a fun day of fitness. We'll have more about the Move More Festival. And later, get a taste of delicious cuisine at an international eat and greet right here in our own backyard. We'll tell you when and where. But first, Governor Larry Hogan recently paid a visit to the county. He signed an Amazon incentive package bill. Susan Kennedy tells us more about the governor's productive itinerary.
Governor Larry Hogan was joined by Councilmember Sidney Katz, Rockville Mayor Bridget Newton, and County Executive Ike Leggett for a walking tour of the Stone Street corridor in downtown Rockville.
This is literally one block off from 355.
The city would like to make the corridor an arts and culture destination.
If somebody came in from another country, another part of the country, and they just looked at an aerial photograph and said, where would we want to do something? It'd be like right here with Amtrak, with Metro, right in Rockville.
However, Montgomery County Public Schools occupies 11 acres on Stone Street with a textbook depository and storage trailers.
It doesn't look like a lot of activity going on, and somebody said a lot of these trailers have been here for 20 years and they got old books and stuff. I mean, what is the real need to keep this stuff here?
Well, some of
they just trash it all.
Well, it's not a situation where you can just trash everything that's in those trailers. We do use some of those trailers.
But I mean, if it's valuable stuff, it wouldn't be sitting in these trailers.
Officials would like to see MCPS relocate those trailers to make way for a more welcoming, eclectic community, even using the old Lincoln School as a community center.
So look at this old school bell from probably from 1935.
And it's pretty sad to see what is being used here. I mean, this is a couple blocks from Metro, and to have trailers that have been parked in here for many years. I mean, we kept joking, right here is the Heckinger trailer, and Heckinger's has been out of business in this area for decades. So why are we doing it this way? And it's an opportunity for everybody, for Montgomery County Public Schools, for the city of Rockville, for the Montgomery County, and for the state, obviously, that we all come together and figure out a better way to do this.
Governor Hogan took time to listen to community members.
Sounds like you're the one that's getting the whole community involved, huh?
Hopefully. And get his picture taken.
That's where we should be taking a picture, actually.
Yeah, let's do that.
At the entrance of historic Lincoln Park.
And it was very nice that he recognized the historic community of Lincoln Park. I mean, he made certain that he got a picture taken next to the sign. He understood while he was here that this community is a community that has thrived for many generations, but it needs an additional help. And something like this is that additional help.
A lot of people from the community were here to also share their comments.
Governor, the back of that trailer, that chair probably wasn't in his schoolroom like the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And the process of how the city is going through the Stone Street plan and working to build something that will be an enhancement to the community.
Prior to his stop in Rockville, the governor signed a package of Amazon incentive bills designed to lure the corporation and its H2Q project to Montgomery County, adding even more relevance to his visit to Stone Street.
I think we're in really good position. The county executive and I, we had a great discussion with the Amazon folks, and everybody's pulling in the same direction. It's a fantastic place for Amazon to locate, and we've got everything that they're looking for, and we've put together, I think, the most aggressive incentive package in the country. And it's not done yet. We've done everything possible to make it happen, and we sure are hopeful that we can land those jobs.
In Rockville, I'm Susan Kennedy for County Report This Week.
We sat down with County Executive Ike Leggett for the monthly taping of the show One-on-One. The executive talked about the Prime Act bill that was signed by the governor and how this incentive package positions the county for future economic growth.
That was important because without the state support, there's no way for us to be in a competitive position. And we rely upon that, and we believe that it gives us a very strong position in order to be competitive here.
You can see the entire one-on-one show on the county's YouTube channel or on County Cable Montgomery. The council recently heard public testimony on an expedited bill. This bill would promote more economic opportunities for county residents. The measure would require the Department of Health and Human Services to develop a plan that would lay the foundation for ending poverty.
Basically, we're a big-hearted county, and we take our commitment to lift people out of poverty very seriously. But we have yet to have a strategic plan to do that. We have wonderful nonprofits that are doing this work. But much like we saw in addressing hunger, having a plan matters. It allows us to have metrics going forward, the data going forward, and to really make sure that we are looking at this comprehensively in an innovative way. And so that's the goal here. It isn't I'm not going to abolish poverty in this plan, but do I think a plan will help us reduce poverty? I do, and I hope my colleagues agree.
Behind this bill is that it's nice to sort of formalize East County as one of the neediest areas of the county. I've certainly known that as the local council member, but I'm not sure it's widely known around the county. We have around 11% unemployment up there. Unfortunately, the average travel time to employment is well over an hour and much longer for a lot of people that have to ride multiple buses to get to work. And there's not much employment up there at all nearby. So there's really no job center. So we're trying to do multiple things. We're trying to grow employment up there. We're trying to improve our transportation system, specifically with BRT and Ride On Express, to get people down US 29 to job centers, and build the Purple Line as well to get them across the county. And there's a lot of human services that HHS is offering through various contractors aimed at East County. This plan aspires to sort of bring all that together and to make sure we're not duplicating efforts, and that what we're doing is all complementary and aimed at reducing poverty and increasing opportunity in East County.
The county's police department recently honored 24 fallen officers. The tribute began with a 24-hour vigil at the public safety headquarters, followed by a memorial service. Both current and former public safety employees took turns standing watch for 24 hours as a way to honor the fallen. Law enforcement personnel, family members, and friends attended the annual Fallen Heroes Memorial Service to remember those that gave their life in the line of duty.
It was May 17th, 2012, that we first stood on this hallowed ground. We had held many memorials for many years, but it was this noble monument in this beautiful setting that brought, I believe, a dignity to the names etched on these walls that they so richly deserve. So every year since then, we have gathered here as a family, and I cannot express to you what it means to the men and women of this police department to be honored by your presence.
Coming up on County Report this week, get in gear, Bike to Work Day is almost here. And local journalists have the spotlight turned on them during the Epic Awards. Those stories and more when we come back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls: 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
In Montgomery County, we have a goal to reduce waste and recycle 70% of all waste by 2020. By recycling and reducing waste, we save natural resources and make our community even better. So recycle at home, work, school, everywhere, and keep recycling going. For more information, call the Montgomery County, Maryland Division of Solid Waste Services at 311 or visit montgomerycountymd.gov/recycling.
Keep it going. Recycle more now.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. But it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anquinette Crosby. Did you know that May is also known as Building Safety Month? Joining us to tell us more about the importance of building codes is Diane Swartz-Jones. She is the Director of Permitting Services. Welcome, Diane. What should our residents know about building codes and maintaining safe structures in the county?
Building codes are our first line of defense. The best thing to do to not be harmed in a fire or with an electrical problem is to avoid it at the outset. When codes are not enforced, you end up having some terrible situations. We read in the paper about things like the Ghost Ship Warehouse fire, which did not have codes that were enforced, or you read about towers that are on fire or other types of circumstances. The key to building codes is that a design of a building will protect you when you can't protect yourself. Because when there's a fire, whether you're scared or there's smoke and you can't see or you can't hear or you become confused, the building codes are the ways to show you your way out of the building, to minimize a building from becoming engulfed, or to minimize an electrical problem from happening. That is the importance of building codes. We want to keep you safe from the outset so that when you go into a building, you know that you can occupy it and enjoy it safely. We hope you have a very safe May and every month of the year.
Thank you, Diane, for all the great information. To learn more about permitting services, visit their website at montgomerycountymd.gov/permitting services. Get ready for a fitness field day. Save the date for the Move More Montgomery Festival. It takes place on Saturday, May 12th from noon to 4 p.m. at Bora Park in Gaithersburg. The event will feature a community walk, sport and fitness demos, health screenings, and more. The event is free and open to all ages. You can even bring your dog. The festival is the culminating event of the 100-mile challenge. You can find out more about the festival at montgomerycountymd.gov/rec. Do you like to bike? Well, even if you don't, how about trying it out for a day? Bike to Work Day is taking place on May 18th. There will be 15 pit stops in the county. More than 10,000 local commuters are expected to take part. It's a way to encourage cycling as a fun and healthy mode of transportation. Folks are encouraged to register online. To find out more, log on to biketoworkmetrodc.org. Montgomery Community Media held its second annual Epic Awards. This event honors local journalists for their contributions to our community. MyMC Media's Mitty Hicks has more.
Some of these faces and voices may look and sound familiar. They're some of the most talented anchors and hosts in the DC region, and they're being honored for their contributions at Montgomery Community Media's second annual Epic Awards at the Fillmore in Silver Spring.
This is an awesome night. I'm so glad that the Epic Awards have become now established as one of the signature premier events in Montgomery County, and it really highlights the importance of community media.
CNN's Washington, D.C. correspondent Joe Johns emceed the event where community members and local leaders gathered to celebrate the winners.
The fact that you would have public officials here, you'd have the community here valuing the role that the media plays in our local conversations and providing input on very important issues, I think is a healthy sign. I think the big takeaway is that the media here is thriving, that is very, very open and transparent, and as a result, it sets a model for, I think, what we see and hear around the nation.
Some of the night's honorees include 94.7 Fresh FM radio host Tommy McFly, WUSA 9 anchor Andrea Roan, and ABC and NPR correspondent Cokie Roberts.
It's a great thrill. This is a very important community to me, and what Montgomery Media does is a great community service.
Come on up here to your 2018 Social Media Awards.
It's so incredible because this award, I feel like, is a living, breathing, 24-hour constant thing. And social media is so important in our community. It's so important in the media, but just in everyone's everyday lives. Like I said on stage, we all have the opportunity to put good things on social media.
So what's next for MCM?
Next for us is our Silver Spring location, which we hope to open this summer. It will be a satellite location for us, and it will be very convenient to this part of the county. It's actually steps away from this particular location. It's near the metro, it's at street level, and we'll be inviting people to come in to learn, to produce their own content, to actually broadcast from there eventually.
For a complete list of winners, log on to MCM's website and search for hashtag Epic Awards. In Silver Spring, I'm Mitty Hicks for County Report This Week.
And congratulations to Lorna Virgili, who won an Epic Award. Coming up on County Report This Week, a major milestone in the naming of a new school in Rockville. We'll reveal why this trailblazer was given the huge honor. And hundreds of students learned about diversity at a conference held in Silver Spring. We'll have a full report. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you think someone might be considering suicide or drugs, be the one to help them by taking these 5 steps. Ask, keep them safe, be there, help them connect, follow up. If you're struggling, call Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK or the 24-hour crisis center at 240-777-4000. Be the one to help. Learn more at BeTheOne.org.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anquinette Crosby. In Rockville, a new elementary school is named after an unsung civil rights leader. In this report, Rock 11's Kathy Dansler reveals the name.
The Montgomery County Board of Education voted to name the new Rockville Elementary School Bayard Rustin Elementary School. Bayard Rustin was a believer in nonviolence, a socialist, a civil rights organizer, and an openly gay black man. Rustin played a key role in the organizing, coordinating, and even marketing of the historic 1963 March on Washington, where the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his infamous I Have a Dream speech.
Without Bayard Rustin as the organizer, the March on Washington would have been like a bird without wings.
The school is located on Edmondson Drive and is part of the Richard Montgomery cluster of schools. Bayard Rustin Elementary is set to welcome students in the fall of 2018. For County Report This Week, I'm Kathy Dansler.
The Youth Voices for Diversity Conference was recently held at Northwood High School in Silver Spring. The conference brought together teens from 4 school districts to share ideas on how to celebrate our diverse communities. MCPS has the story.
Be mindful of someone. Be mindful why they are so different from you.
Over 100 students from across the state of Maryland and the District of Columbia gathered at Northwood High School recently for the 2nd annual Youth Voices for Diversity Regional Youth Conference. The conference brought together teens to discuss diversity, youth leadership, and how they can foster positive change in their communities.
Part of it is bringing kids together from different districts to show that, you know, no matter what county you're in or if you're in the District of Columbia, that there's so many similarities between us. And oftentimes that we're feeling and viewing the world, you know, in similar ways. And so it'll let students know they're not alone, that others share their voice, and hopefully this gives them the courage to speak up and speak out when appropriate.
In the last couple of months, we've really seen the change that young people can create.
With support from teachers, student facilitators led small group sessions to discuss youth leadership in action and the value of having a diverse voice.
Well, I think the premise of this group was to advocate for diversity and, take a step away from conformity and to make sure to let everybody know that it's okay to be different and you should be different. Your culture should be appreciated no matter where you come from and no matter what your background is.
Because I see that I have support, we have support.
I think the best part of today was when we were having open discussions and the fact that people were comfortable enough to talk to each other when they disagreed with one another rather than being quiet. And I was really happy to see that people aren't afraid and they are bold, because I think that's what we need today, especially as young adults and as students.
I've realized that we live in an age where students are active. Many students here, we feel we have a voice and we are speaking up and we are determined to be heard. Water shapes rock. So our words, our voices can do something. It will probably take a long time, but it's going to change. So we should not give up our spirit and our determination for a change.
The County Council celebrated an MC student who has quite a unique story of struggle and triumph. MCTV's Joseph Thompson covered the event.
Montgomery College student Grace Joe never knew one day she would be honored by the Montgomery County Council. For a large portion of her life, she didn't even know she had lived to adulthood.
As we're highlighting heroes and folks who are trailblazers in our community, it certainly is important for us to recognize the work of Grace Joe.
Councilmember Craig Rice presented a proclamation on behalf of the council to Grace Joe for her perseverance and humanitarianism after suffering from and losing her father and two brothers to starvation in North Korea.
Grace actually spent the first 7 years of her life in North Korea and lived there during the Great Famine of the 1990s.
Joe, her mother, and her sister escaped North Korea and became refugees in the United States.
I feel like freedom is very valuable and very precious. And because of freedom, America is great. And because of a great America, it's possible for me to speak out to the people and share my people's struggle.
Along with her studies at Montgomery College, Joe helped start NK in USA, a nonprofit organization that raises awareness about the human rights crisis in North Korea and helps to facilitate escape and resettlement for North Korean refugees. Grace Joe is a true inspiration to many in the Montgomery County community.
That's what Grace Joe embodies, a person who was able to survive all different kinds of things, but then showcased to the community how she's fighting for others.
Grace's story is so powerful, and it was a special moment to be able to meet and see such an incredible hero.
She has such an inspiring story. Her courage and her bravery, I think, really resonates with all of us in the college.
Recognized by Montgomery County Council members, I don't know what kind of word I can describe this. It means more than everything to me.
Reporting from the Montgomery County Council building, I'm Joseph Thompson.
Coming up on County Report this week, we'll tell you when the D.C. Mormon Temple will open its doors for a public viewing. And meet our pet of the week. Callie is a playful pit bull who needs a good home. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Interested in career success? Get to Montgomery College and we'll get you going. You can earn an associate's degree in only 2 years. With 3 campuses, award-winning faculty, and multiple online learning opportunities, Montgomery College will empower you to set your course and succeed. Want to pursue a bachelor's degree? If you start at MC, you can save 1/3 on total tuition costs of a 4-year program. Apply today.
Science and technology are leading the way for designing and constructing safe, efficient, and resilient homes and buildings. Permitting Services also encourages the use of geothermal heating and cooling systems for homes and other buildings. Unlike fossil fuels, these systems use renewable energy, and owners can save money on their utility bills due to their efficiency.
New green construction codes combined with e-services and our online permit process will help DPS reduce our carbon footprint for future communities and generations to come.
Hey, mister, down here. You illegally passed the stop school bus. I'm placing you in timeout, and this timeout means big fines, plus you really could have hurt somebody. That's why school buses are being equipped with video cameras to help kids like me stay safe, so respect the bus.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Anquanette Crosby. The D.C. Mormon Temple will open for public view in 2020. MyMC Media's Mitty Hicks explains why.
The mysteries behind the golden spires near the Capitol Beltway, also known as the Washington, D.C. Mormon Temple, will be unveiled to the public in 2020. The reason? The temple is under renovation for the next 2 years.
LDS temples are usually open only to members of the church in good standing. So it's really rare to have opportunities for non-church members to be at these temples. So you'll only have this opportunity at the end of this project.
This is the first major project since the temple was constructed and dedicated in 1974.
What we're doing is we're coming into the building and we're upgrading in significant ways many of the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing systems. Many of the finishes throughout the building have reached their end of life.
According to church leaders, temples are not open on Sundays and are extremely sacred.
We believe that the family is eternal, and so in the temple we perform marriages and we join families together forever.
And according to Calderwood, temples are where those who walk in this particular faith make their highest covenants with their God.
The temple is reserved for members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that are living the highest standards. And so to get into the temple, you need to recommend.
This renovation project, however, means the temple is closed for the congregation.
I'm grateful for it because we all want to improve and we need to improve the building. But at the same time, I'm sad because we could come here pretty often and now we've got to drive up to Philadelphia, 2.5 hours there, go to New York City. But it is an excuse to get up to New York City to go to that temple too, so it'll work out.
Once renovations are complete in the year 2020, this iconic monument on the Beltway will be open to the public, but residents will only have about 45 days to see the refreshed temple before it's rededicated back to its congregation. In Kensington, I'm Mitty Hicks for County Report This Week.
For all of you bookworms, Gaithersburg is a place to be on May 19th. The annual book festival takes place at City Hall from 10 to 6. Literature will leap off the pages for readers of all ages. You'll have a chance to meet featured authors during presentations and book signings. To check out the full schedule, go online to GaithersburgBookFestival.org. If you're a foodie like me, this story will whet your appetite. Taste the World in Fenton Village is a food lover's dream. More than 30 restaurants will be handing out delicious cuisines from around the globe. Taste the World features international and American cuisine at the actual restaurants. It's also an inexpensive way to tempt your taste buds and introduce folks to this nifty neighborhood. The Eat and Greet takes place on May 20th from 1 to 5 p.m. For all the info, including the price, head over to tastetheworld.fentonvillage.org. Now it's time to meet our pet of the week. Say hello to Callie. She's a 4-year-old pit bull terrier mix who is very sweet and easygoing. She would likely do well with other dogs and kids. She has a ton of energy and loves to play with tennis balls and squeaky toys. Please call the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center at 240-773-5900 or visit Callie on the web at montgomerycountymd.gov/ASD. With that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Anquanette Crosby. Thank you for watching.